Hey everyone, welcome back. One of the coaches of Unga Academy here, and this is our usual chat that we have every weekend about the performance of the financial markets. Now, if you haven't already done so, I invite you to please subscribe to our channel to stay updated on the release of all our new videos, and hey, why not leave us a like to this video as well? Thanks a million. Hi, we are the Unga Academy, and we teach traders how to make money in the markets. Our founder, Andrea Unga, had been struggling with trading for years until he developed his automated trading method, which he used to become the only 4-time world trading champion. Subscribe to our channel for free tips and tricks. Okay, so what happened over the course of this week? Well, I'd say that one of the most interesting news is the drop of the price of oil-related energy futures. A different story, however, for natural gas and a general decrease in volatility on the markets. But let's go in order, starting with the equity indexes, and we see a partially positive Nasdaq, plus 0.5%. Mini S&P is at break-even, and a stronger recovery for the European stock exchanges, which had certainly suffered considerably more due to the current situation, again, namely the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. We can see that short-term volatility measured over a one-month horizon is declining, so we're seeing quite low percentile values compared to last month. In the long term, however, volatility still remains quite high, and not only on the stock markets, but also on other markets. I mean, especially on commodities, on bonds, and, well, a little bit everywhere. As far as bonds are concerned, there was a slight rebound in the T-bond. During this week, it gained 0.8%. Today isn't a good day, however. It has managed to rise from the lows. As for the energy market, as I was saying, there has been a drop in oil prices in the last 5 days. Consequently, there has been a decrease in oil derivatives, such as gasoline and heating oil. Meanwhile, natural gas is still very high, which we find quite alarming. And this is American natural gas. European natural gas is showing even more bullish trends, and we know that this is a problem for the economy, for the cost of electricity, and more generally for all economic sectors. Turning now to metals, well, there's not much to say. Silver fell by almost 3%, while gold went down by 1%. Anyway, we do see that on a 3-month horizon, they don't show noteworthy returns. The meat market shows mixed returns. Soft commodities are up slightly. Orange juice is up by 2.45%, almost a 3% gain for coffee, and cocoa up by 2%. The grain sector is all negative, which is also a good thing because having a negative 8% drop for wheat, given the big increase due to the war, is surely something positive. And as wheat drops, so do soybeans, corn, etc. So this is good for the trend of these raw materials, which had reached excessive levels. On the other hand, as far as currencies are concerned, we see that the euro-dollar has slightly recovered over the last week. So the euro is recovering against the dollar, whereas the dollar is gaining strength against all other currencies. Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin went up slightly this week, but just by 2%. And we know that's really low for Bitcoin because we know how volatile cryptocurrencies can be. However, on the positive side, it has managed to remain above the trading range where it's been stationed for the past several months. So this could potentially be a positive signal. Turning to the analysis of the volatility term structure, we saw a well-defined contango structure, and this is certainly a positive factor for traders because evidently, despite the ongoing war, the pressure and the fears for the future performance of the markets, I'm referring of course to the equity indexes, has subsided. So this is a sign that the stock markets are becoming less nervous. All right, let's move on to the rollover schedule. We have cocoa and coffee futures expiring. So next week, towards the end of next week, April 8th, we'll be able to roll over on cocoa and coffee. Well, guys, before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with a tip. If there is someone among you who is interested in knowing a little bit more about systematic trading, I'll leave you a link in the description of this video. Now, this link will take you to a presentation of Andrea Unga, who will introduce you to his trading method, which has allowed him to achieve remarkable results in systematic trading, winning 4 times the World Championship of Trading with real money. You can also get the bestseller book, The Unga Method, covering only the shipping costs. And you can even book a free strategic consulting session. And that's all for today. I invite you to subscribe to our channel and leave a like if you like the video. And we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye for now.